Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are currently in Kozama'uka to do some side quests around the area. Today just for the northern part, so anything below the waterfall. And I think we start here to the east of Hanu with Radolja, or Radolja. You travel the third promise, don't you? I've heard stories, but it's an honor to meet you in the flesh this way. I know you're a busy woman, but might I have a moment of your time? I serve a Dawn Servant, and I'm come here in an effort to catalog the traditional magics of our continent. In particular, I'm interested in how the Hanu weave the energies of wind. Competing to see who can float the furthest seems to be a favored pastime of the Hanu, which demonstrates their mastery over wind. Yet I have no notion as to how they achieve this mastery. My best theory is that they undergo intensive training from a young age, but as a recent arrival here, prying into such matters may come off as presumptuous. But you have their trust. Might you ask him, Maestad? Asking around. Ginohali. Why does the wind heat us? Why? Because we consume the blessing of reeds bestowed upon us by Kozama'Uka. The energy suffused in the earth flows into the reeds, and the reeds flow into our bellies. By that cycle we are gifted with the land's strength. In other words, the reeds are far more than mere sustenance, they are very wellspring of our power. I'm heartened that you would show interest in our ways. Many know that the Hanu have a deep connection to the wind, but few care to ask how that connection is made. That being said, it's a question without a single answer. However, I would say that our feathers are the most important tool we have for comprehending the wind's movements. They're more than just for show, they allow us to sense even the smallest shift in the wind's temperament, and that awareness allows us to direct it as we see fit. Okay. So... I never considered why we are so attuned to the wind, but now that you ask, it must be thanks to our daily meditations and rigorous training. By listening carefully to the wind's whispers, one can discern the path of its flow and in so doing achieve total harmony with one's surroundings. This understanding allows us to summon gales mighty enough to chase clouds from the sky. So everyone says something different, probably something altogether. Or they don't know themselves, that is also possible. You returned? Were the Hanu forthcoming with their knowledge? I see, so there isn't one key to their expertise but many, each one forged by their singular bodies, culture and environment. I believe you have given me a starting point from which I can launch a more thorough investigation. Thank you, Desiree. Next. Gona Hanu. Hello. Have you taken all that our humble village has to offer? If you happen to be on your way to Breath Between, there's a task I would like your help with. What is it? You're as kind as I say. I've been asked to deliver freshly spawned reed leaves to use as bait, but my work here has kept me so busy I have little time to fill the order. The fields nearby have our choicest reeds, and I would be in your debt if you could gather some leaves and take them to Munahanu. You can keep his payment for your troubles. So a relatively simple fetch quest. Boy, what a surprise. I didn't expect to see one of our visitors here of all places. Have you come here to fish? Your friend asked me to bring you this. Ah, these are the leaves I asked Hanu to deliver. You say you picked them yourself. You have quite the eye. These will do well. We can't grow to such prodigious sizes on reeds alone, you know. The fish from these waters are a staple in many a Hanu dish. We found that they like reeds almost as much as we do. And since we mostly eat the stems, we can also use the fresh leaves of unharvested reeds as bait. Everyone feasts. Perhaps you too can feast with this bit of coin. You've earned it. Alright. And leap into the unknown, I take next. Tunu Hali. Oh Kali, with so many new faces in our village, we have an uncommon opportunity to share our culture with others. In fact, I've prepared a unique experience for new visitors and would be honored if you took part. Okay, sounds interesting. You have no idea how happy that makes me. Now, I shall teach you to train as we do, and in so doing grant you a small taste of our mastery over the wind. We Hanu spend long periods in meditation, during which we deepen our bond to the energies flowing through the land. Of course, we know our time here is limited, so you shall experience an abridged version of this practice. Hanu awaits at the top of the stairs. Speak with him to begin your training. Oh, in your face. Have you come here to feel the wind's caress? I'm deeply honored that you would learn of our ways. Now, I shall teach you our most basic method of attuning to the wind, so simple that even a young Sherpa can master it. As Tunuali has already told you, our goal is to be in harmony with the endless flow of the land's energy, its heartbeat if you will. The best way for a novice to do this is to jump from a high place, and as you fall, focus on the rush of the wind across your skin and its roar within your ears. But first you must pray. Only then you can spread your wings and give yourself over to the grace of the wind. Pray. You have offered your prayer to the forest. To attune to the wind's energy, you must jump down from the house of winds high while dismounted. Whee! Why, for a moment I mistook you for one of us. I never knew someone with no feathers could fall through the air with such grace. Do you feel different? Like the land itself has accepted you into its embrace? No? Doubtless you know that Hanu, young and old, compete to see who can float a feather the farthest, and that the winner's feathers decorate our sacred float. To be chosen by the wind is an honor above all. Reflect upon the training you underwent today, and even without feathers, I'm certain you shall hear the wind's whispers more clearly. Of course, if you wish to jump again, you're more than welcome. Alright. That was interesting. Jump from this tower. Good, then let's see what else we have. Hanu. Mesmerizing Moss. Oh, where could he be? Are you looking for someone? You there. You look fierce enough to brave the untamed wilds. Please, I'm in dire need of help. A friend of mine journeyed southwest to Cave Kikitola a while ago and still hasn't returned. I'm beginning to fear the worst has happened. While it's likely simply a streak of time staring at the rainbow moss, I keep thinking about all the beasts skulking about. Please check up on him for me, if only to set my heart at ease. I stay here in case he comes back, but in the meantime, visit the cave and search for him. I wager no other Hanu will be nearby, so he shouldn't be hard to spot. Hey you, I think your friend is missing you. Ah, these waters get more beautiful every time I come. Sensing a distracted prey, creatures move in for the kill. What was that noise? Kinda gaze at the moss in peace? Wait, you helped us bring back Ihana. You're a friend of Vuklamat, yes? What are you doing in this cave? As I said before, your friend misses you. You've been awake for quite some time. Fiends? Yeah, I didn't even hear them until the commotion was nearly over. I owe you thanks for your courage, and now that my reverie has been broken, I should return to my friend. He must be worried sick. I mean, it was just some glowflies. I don't think it was that deadly, right? He returned. He looked slightly unsettled, but none the worse for wear otherwise. That cave is where we gather the rainbow moss used in our medicines, and has long been held sacred as a healing spot due to its tranquil scenery. I haven't been since the Great Storm, and was worried that perhaps it had suffered damage in the floods. I'm glad to hear that nothing has changed. But more than anything, I'm glad my friend returned safely. I do not come along the day may have been much darker. Alright. Hanu. Honored visitor, might you lend me your aid? Since the storm, I've worked day and night to repair our homes, and the end is finally in sight. The last step is to coat the floors and foundation with resin that protects from water. But there's simply too much work for one pair of claws. Sure, I can help out. You will help then? Splendid! We should start by gathering the resin from the trees to the north of Hanu. Then all we have to do is use it to coat the structures and knock back to fortify them against the elements. I'll apply resin to the floors after I've made my final repairs, and I ask that you handle the supporting pillars. Afterwards, they should withstand the worst the heavens can throw at them. We have a perfect weather for that. Barrel of resin. The thick, vicious resin pours slowly into the bottle. Go to Akbekbe and coat its supporting pillars with the substance. That was swift work and well done. The pillars that support our feet are every bit as vital as the reeds which guard our heads. If they are damaged, the very foundation of our lives becomes unsteady. You may have never seen such houses as these, but they're built this way for a reason. In these humid climes, our elevated wooden floors are cooled by the air flowing upward and help keep floodwaters from wetting our feet. The white discs on the pillars aren't merely decorative either. They keep away mice and other small animals. But for all its benefits, wood rots easy, so we must reinforce it or else be stuck in a cycle of constant rebuilding. Thanks to your help, these structures will hopefully still be here for years to come. Take this, a small token of appreciation for your efforts. Lenuhali. Danger at the dock. Why, those stout legs like a towering tree, Those rippling arms like gnarls, branches. Might you lend me your strength for a simple hunt? The storm left more than destruction in its wake. Fearsome beasts now infest the forest. Their culling is an unending task. Reports tell that a trio of urts has been sighted lurking near the docks to the east. Easy prey for the likes of you. Might you exterminate them so we can once again travel the waters in safety? Bigger one. And the mighty hunter returns. Have the woods been reduced to shredded vines? Yep. I knew you would be equal to the task. I whispered whether the docks are open for safe passage. The great storm affected all life in the forest, washing away what was and leaving behind only uncertainty. There are many seldom-traveled roads where desperate fiends still lurk. With the collapse of the great stairs, we've taken to using the waterways and other uncommon routes to get from place to place until the repairs are complete. That day cannot come too soon. Until then, however, we must make do. Thank you for your bravery. Oh, Akali, might you have a spare moment to lend a helping hand? With the weeds sprouting more vigorous than ever, the time has come to repair our weathered roofs. However, wet weeds will not do, not at all. They must first be thoroughly dried, or the roofs are likely to collapse at the first drop of rain. I ask that you collect the freshly cut weeds placed near a building to the east and deliver them to Kozama'Uka, where the gentle breeze will dry them. Help us with this task and I promise you will be satisfied with your reward. Bundle of freshly cut reeds. And over to the temple. Or the closest thing to it that exists for these people. Upper floor. And reeds. There. Have fun drying. Have you finished? Yes? Thank you. Our homes will be all the safer for your efforts. I suppose you're wondering why I had you carry the weeds all the way across in the forest. Well, Kozama'Uka means a land of the arid shrine in our tongue. Legends say that so soothing is the breeze near the shrine that Kishai once rested its tired wings nearby. Once the reeds are dried and our roofs thatched, our homes will be better fortified against the elements. With that peace of mind, any price is worth paying, so here's your just reward. Lonohali. Welcome, honored visitor. Thanks to your efforts, the weeds grow robust and at last I can make wheat dumplings again. Oh, they were every bit as delicious as I remember. Although I want nothing more than to eat until my belly bursts, I've saved a batch for those who are planning the reconstruction of the Great Stairs. I'm much too full to make such a journey, however. Might you deliver them in my stead? Surely my friends will be glad to receive them from the very woman who vitalized Hanu's festive spirit. Thank you, thank you. They can be found working hard near the Flight of the Wingless. Hurry before dumplings cool. This quest is insofar interesting that this is probably the only reason why we ever go to the Flight of the Wingless, and the area is interesting. And you never need to for the main quest. So, this is the Flight of the Wingless. Or at least what remains of it. This is a massive staircase that led up the cliff. But the storm at the beginning of the expansion damaged it, and we're still at rebuilding. Oh, Hakali, apologies, but this area is still impassable. Your friend sent me with snacks. You brought wheat dumplings. Just as I was about to keel over from hunger, a kind soul appears from the wilderness to save me. The passage is of great importance to us, since no small number of merchants use it to reach Hanu. With delicious dumplings to fuel me, I can now tackle this problem with renewed energy. This project that caused my feathers to fall out one by one, mark my words. Where do we even begin? Lono Hali made her famous dumplings. These are just what I needed. Such a large undertaking makes one so very hungry. With my energies restored, I've come to a realization. Our wheat problem requires the perspective of visitors to solve, so perhaps we should consult artisans from other clans for advice on how to repair the Great Stairs. Oh, I recognize you. You travel Vuklamat, yes? Have you come to see our progress on the Great Stairs? No, I've come to bring you snacks. Dumplings! Oh, how long it's been since I last smelled that heavenly aroma. When the wheat sprouted big and tall, we had cause to celebrate often. It was a common scent in Hanu. To have these delivered by one who helped those days to return is a great honor indeed. I wouldn't be surprised if a repair of a Flight of the Wingless eventually becomes, I don't know, a major quest or a custom delivery or something. Thank you for delivering these dumplings. I hope they give my friends the energy to complete the daunting task ahead of them. Wheat dumplings are considered delicacy among the Hanu, and for good reason. I would like nothing more than to make a batch for our other wingless brethren who aid with the rebuilding, but I realize that not all people love their flavor as much as we do. But that doesn't mean I can't send a different gift to show my appreciation. I intend to send a nice haul of fish their way. You don't seem the type to munch on weeds either, so I've prepared something else for your reward. Cold hard coin. Thank you, thank you. And Hanu. Oh, I simply don't have enough. I'll never finish at this rate. Oh, but a kind soul might change that. Kind and strong enough, I think, to help me with a little problem I have. You see, soon the Hanu will begin to shed our feathers and grow new coats. The great storm washed away our store of comps. We can't very well use our claws. So I've spent every spare moment since crafting as many as I can. Now my supplies run short. But if I had a shell from a mature marbled beetle, I could make enough combs for everyone. Please, make haste to the southwestern forest and hunt one. I can feel my feathers falling out as we speak. Yeah. The Vanu Beast Tribe quests in Heavensward had a similar problem. They needed to trade, however. Needed to catch food and trade it against comps or something like that. Hostile presence. You're back already. You did hunt a mature beetle, yes? Not a newly hatched one. Big enough? My, this is exquisite shape. I shall make comms fit for Jai. As you can imagine, molting season brings floors covered in fallen feathers. If our coat isn't properly shed, it can be more than just an eyesore. Old feathers can make us sick. That's why a good comb is essential to us as a good spear. It's also why you deserve a reward that befits your contribution to our health and beauty. Now, I honestly think these quests would take a bit longer. I will see if I put them together with one of Lower Kozama'Uka when I do those, but for now I say until next time, amaze and don't get lost.